But anyway, we having a good time. We got a special guest joining us in the studio. So this should be fun. I can't wait. We got Chuck Jones joining us. What's going on?
Chuck Jones. Who is Chuck Jones? Sideline story. What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, listen, I'm good this morning. I'm safe, man. Listen, it wasn't safe over there in Granville County last night.
Yeah. Granville County. Which one is Granville County? Which one is that? That Vance?
That's Henderson.
That's your people?
That's your people?
That's your people, Jasmine?
It's probably some of your relatives up there starting to mess up there.
G-Ville, stand up.
It's probably some of your relatives.
Up in the Grand.
What?
Up in the Grand.
Do we have pictures?
Up in the Grand.
I need some, and they're going to go back and try to replay this game.
Are you serious?
What happened?
From what I heard, I was not there.
See, you got to watch Chuck. Chuck put juice in stuff, man. Go ahead. You got to watch Chuck sometimes.
No.
From what I heard.
No.
Go ahead,
what
Chuck.
I heard, the Granville was up 72 to 66, and one of the fans from Granville went over to the Reedsville sideline with a sign.
So it's Granville and Reedsville.
Yeah.
Yep, and kind of stepped into their huddle and bumped some players or something. And then the next thing you know, the coaches. I heard that coaches were fighting. I didn't see it. It has not been confirmed. But the pepper spray.
I tell y'all, Chuck put that juice in it.
The players were pepper sprayed for Reedsville, so they not only got beat, but they got beat and pepper sprayed.
Wait a minute. Hold on now. I want to make sure I understand this. There's a fan that got into the huddle of the opposing team.
Said he ran over on their sideline with a sign. Now, this is what I was
told.
Put
it up, Jazz.
I'm watching a video, high school OT reported on it.
Our investigative reporter is going to get to the bottom of this, as long as some people not in it.
I was in the safe confines of Westover High School with Coach George Stackhouse last night.
Good answer. Good answer.
So, without further ado, let's get Coach Stackhouse, and I'm going to thank him for.
And we're going to get back on that story a little later. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I would thank him for my safe. They treated me real well, got me drinks and snacks, and everybody was real hospitable over there. I think I'm going to go back over. I'm going to stay on that side. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How you doing, Chuck?
I'm great, Coach. I once again, I want to thank you. You had the armed services up there, so we had a lot of security. We were fine.
Armed services up there.
West. It's a little. It wasn't safe in South Granville last night. It definitely wasn't safe, man.
Issue going on.
Yeah, I think there was also not only that. I mean, there was also a situation in the 1A game, and those games, which are the second and final games, in the fourth round. They used to be held at regional sites, and I'm thinking because of those two situations that the state might move towards. My thinking is they're putting them back at a regional site because there's a lot at stake in those games. The fans are getting really emotional, and sometimes if they don't have the right kind of security and things in place with those amount of people in the game. Even our game was packed, and we didn't let any more people come in. You've got to be on top of things, and everybody's so close in the high school gyms that something like that could easily happen as far as a fan running onto the court and before somebody can kind of intervene. And if it was at a bigger arena or college type environment, it was a little harder for the fans to kind of get involved and get on the court and disrupt the game.
Well, Coach, when this season started, did you have any idea that at this time of year you'd be undefeated?
Well, not really. I thought, we had a good chance. We were the last 2 years we've been around 21-6. We actually made it to the third round both of the previous 2 years, and we had 3 returning starters, and we got a kid in from Arizona, D'marco Dunn, who was very, very good. He's probably one of the best players in the state, and he's a junior, and that really gave us an edge. During the preseason, we played a lot of very good competition. We actually Farmer Central, who was the defending 2A state champions, and we did very well against those types of competition. So we thought we had a chance. You never could tell. Injuries, all those things impact the game. But we thought if we were healthy, we had the right kind of pieces. Undefeated. We played a very, very difficult schedule in a tough conference. So to go undefeated in that conference where, we had 2 teams really it could have Cape Fear made it to the third round, and Terry Sanford lost on a buzzer beater to Northwood, who we're playing in the regional final. So, I think, we thought we had a chance. No injuries or anything, to be as good as any team in the state. Because we've seen center vets, we played some during the summer, undefeated is probably a stretch, but we thought we'd be one of the better teams in the state.
That's great, Coach. And once again, we're here with Coach George Stackhouse, the head coach over at Westover High School out of Fayetteville. Last night was a good night for the Stackhouses, wasn't it? You got a big win, and Jerry got a big win down there at Vanderbilt, man. Have you spoken with him?
I have not. Actually texted him yesterday. They had some tornadoes in, and I kind of texted him early yesterday morning to make sure everything was fine, was okay with that. Our prayers go out to those folks over in Nashville. But and I hadn't spoken with him after the game, but it was a good night for the Stackhouses. We'll take those wins, and particularly at his level, they're hard to come by. They're not easy. So we definitely was a good night for both of us.
Well, Coach, just speaking back on D'marco Dunn, I know Jerry could definitely use him out there, man. Where'd you get this kid from? And a lot of people don't know about him because he, like you said, he moved out from Arizona. But I've seen the best players in the state. Carter Witt, Pettiford, Styles out of Kinston, and he's just as good. He's tough. From top to bottom, he's tough. How did that come about?
Well, actually, his uncle kind of lives in our district and kind of just knew of me from having, I've been very fortunate here. We've had a lot of success, not just team success, but we've had players almost every year that I've been here. A senior player or two has gone on to play at the next level. So his mom actually took a job at Fort Bragg where she helps transition soldiers out of the military. And so he kind of just almost hand delivered. A great kid. He's a high academic kid, tough, kind of a throwback player, Chuck. And he don't do a lot of talking, and a lot of players now make a play and they celebrate like they've never done it before. But he just kind of goes about his business and gets it done and makes it look pretty easy, But he's very, very competitive. Very competitive. We had a kid already, the 6'6" kid that's the D1, Trayvon Willis Shaw. And the first day he was here, D'marco just kind of went at it. Then I knew we had something special because usually kids kind of wait around and kill themselves out. But he hit the ground running here, and we were very fortunate to have him.
Hey, I know you have more of a family atmosphere there. I was just watching how you interacted with the players. And someone told me about the kid Isaiah Bridges that you have there, and that, kind of let me know even further that, it's definitely a team family type atmosphere over there. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Isaiah actually came here. He actually is kind of a transplant too. He's from Chicago. His folks in the military. He's actually deployed. And so he's actually kind of unaccompanied youth, so to speak, because his folks are in the military in their way. But our Westover family, we've created a really good atmosphere, and we kind of just taken him in, and he's done well this year. He's really a point guard, a leader, he's a captain. He could do a lot more, but he kind of gets the ball to the right people in the right spots. The tough defender. But it's been a great situation. I think our principal, Dr. Vernon Lowry, has done a great job of establishing not only a big support for our kids, our student athletes, but also a kind of atmosphere of family. She, again, like I say, she's been very hospitable as far as dealing with the team and our guests. And she definitely makes it like a class act here at Westover High School. And as good as any school in the state, I believe.
Well, Coach, man, we really appreciate you taking some time to talk with us this morning, and I'll definitely be down to Fayetteville to check you guys out, man, root you on to that championship.
We appreciate it, Chuck. Thanks for having me on.
So Chuck, before we go to break, set the stage. I know, give people when we get back, give people the synopsis, because I know there are some games that happened last night, Leesville and other teams, that the results of that. Kind of get people to speed what's going on. So I know everybody's in the playoffs now. I don't have a clue about what's going on. Maybe you can give us a quick little rundown of that on the other side.